Right now, you could call it a miracle. We'll preview a homecoming for a police canine shot in the line of duty. Thanks for joining us, everyone. You're watching News 3 Now this morning, Sunday. I'm Chris Stanford. It's a pleasure to have you with us. Okay, we have some rain and storms in the forecast. Julian Seawright is tracking it all in your certified most accurate forecast. Hey, Julian.
Good morning, Chris, and good morning, everyone. As we are waking up, we are looking at a gorgeous skyline for us as of right now. As we take a look after we see, as of right now, we are looking at this gorgeous sky for us as we're waking up this morning. Things are quiet. We're looking at cloudy conditions for us as of right now. It's 32, so it's definitely on the chillier side. However, as we noticed with our southern Wisconsin area, we are looking for temperatures a bit into those middle to upper 70s or upper 30s as we go in throughout the rest of this morning, mainly into the southern areas. Now, why is that? It's because we are seeing that's where the warmth is coming from with this system in itself that's already bringing stormy conditions to Iowa and parts of Illinois as of right now as well. We're dry for now, but we are going to be tracking these storms to start to leak themselves into southern Wisconsin, especially as we go into out the rest of this afternoon. Now, as we take a look as of right now this morning, we are looking for those stormy conditions mainly as a line over there into the middle of the nation. And with it, we do have an enhanced risk of seeing severe weather, not in Madison, not in southern Wisconsin, but just south of us. And once again, with those severe storms, they are looking to be leaking into southern Wisconsin for us as we get into the afternoon. That's where we're going to be timing it out to be seeing those stormy conditions rolling out for us. Then as we continue throughout the rest of the night, we're going to be seeing more showers and storms to be popping in and then clearing out as we head into our Monday morning. We'll talk more about this coming up in a few moments, but until then, let's toss it back to you, Chris.
All right, thank you, Julian. Miraculously, the Kenosha County Sheriff canine shot in the forehead this week will return home today. Canine rigs will be welcomed back at an event in Kenosha. It was Thursday that sheriff's deputies went to a gas station where they were investigating a stolen vehicle connected to a murder in Chicago. As authorities tried to arrest a suspect, they took off and shot at a deputy, hitting the canine. Charges for the suspect are still pending. To the tragic shooting on a movie set in New Mexico now. Helena Hutchins, the director of photography on the film, was remembered last night at a candlelight vigil.
Her photography was beautiful, and every day, everybody on the camera team was proud to be there for her because we were proud of what we were creating.
At the vigil, friends and colleagues called Hutchins a rising star and said they wished that they had a chance to work with her one more time. We do have new details this morning in that fatal shooting, a search warrant revealing that an assistant director handed the prop gun to Alec Baldwin and indicated it was safe to use and did not have live ammo. CBS News' Omar Villafranca reports from Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Moments before Alec Baldwin fired a prop gun that killed a cinematographer, court documents show Assistant Director Dave Halls handed the actor the weapon and yelled, "Cold gun." The Santa Fe County Sheriff's Office says Halls did not know the weapon actually held live rounds.
Had two people accidentally shot. Was it loaded with a real bullet or one? I cannot tell you that.
Helena Hutchins was shot in the chest and pronounced dead after being airlifted to a hospital. Director Joel Souza was wounded in the shoulder. Kevin Williams has supervised prop guns for 20 years.
Generally on set, you have either the prop master or a set armorer who's going to be maintaining chain of control from when the weapons are in the trucks to when they hit the set to when they go to the actor's hands.
Investigators are now focusing on the wooden chapel-like structure on the set of Baldwin's Western, Rust. Items of interest include video captured during filming, firearms, computer equipment, and clothing that may still be in the building. Investigators already seized Baldwin's Old West costume, which appears to have bloodstains. The actor says it was a tragic accident and that he's heartbroken over Hutchins' death. CBS News editor Gustavo Sampaio worked closely with Hutchins on a short film.
She really was a rising star. I was very impressed and proud of her. I often thought that I wanted to work with her again.
In Albuquerque Saturday night, Hutchins' friends and colleagues held a vigil in her memory. Omar Villafranca, CBS News, Santa Fe, New Mexico.
It is still unclear this morning just how many rounds were fired. Court records say that the movie's armorer removed a shell casing from the gun after the shooting and turned the weapon over to police when they arrived. 5 people hurt this morning following a home explosion in Minnesota. This happened yesterday morning in Cambridge, just north of Minneapolis. 4 of those hurt were in their 40s. They are all expected to be okay. Investigators haven't said what caused the explosion. In more local news now, more than 270 law enforcement agencies across the state hosted events Saturday for Drug Take-Back Day. People were asked to dispose of unwanted or unused medications. Madison police say they collected a record 97 pounds at yesterday's drop-off.
I have noticed that with some people. They didn't realize that, you know, the impact of flushing medication down the toilet, you know, that there isn't a filter for that. It does go into the environment. And then, you know, secondly, people really appreciate it because they didn't know what they could do.
State Attorney General Josh Kaul was also at the event. Monday, a Dane County judge will hear arguments after Kaul asked the court to intervene in the GOP-led review of the 2020 election. Kaul told us he thinks the investigation is unlawful.
One is they're too broad. They don't provide with enough clarity what topics he wants to ask questions about. He also seems to be conducting what he views as a law enforcement type investigation. The speaker compared it to a murder investigation, and that's an executive branch function, not a legislative branch function.
Special counsel Michael Gableman hasn't responded to the AG's request. Tomorrow's hearing will only involve subpoenas issued to the State Election Commission, but could impact mayors and local election officials across the state. A former member of the Trump administration expected to testify about the January 6th riots at the U.S. Capitol. Former DOJ official Jeffrey Clark said he will comply with a subpoena from the January 6th committee. Clark's upcoming appearance is scheduled for Friday. In our vaccine headlines this morning, if you're trying to get a booster shot, some places in Wisconsin are already giving them out. The CDC has approved boosters for all 3 vaccines. It also said vaccine mixing is not only okay, but encouraged, especially if you got the Johnson & Johnson shot the first time around. In 2 days, the FDA will hold a public hearing to examine Pfizer's emergency use authorization into its shot for children. But there are still a lot of questions, and just a third of parents say that they'll take their kids to get the vaccine once it becomes available. Our Christina Laurie shares the latest advice from local doctors.
Parents should have a lot of questions about the COVID-19 vaccine and how safe it is for their kids. Luckily, local doctors also have a lot of answers. Right now, children account for about 30% of all new COVID infections nationwide.
And they're getting sicker, so they're missing school and actually ending up in the hospital at a higher frequency.
That's why local medical leaders like SSM Health Dr. David Ottenbaker say once the Pfizer vaccine is approved for emergency use,
We really do, again, strongly recommend that they get vaccinated.
parents should take their children to get vaccinated, but many are still hesitant. A CBS News poll conducted earlier this month found 37% of parents will, while 35% won't. 26% still aren't sure.
Well, you know, I think it's just the overall hesitancy of you know, whether the vaccine is effective, you know, how safe it is.
Dr. Ottenbaker says vaccine safety has not been compromised by the speed at which the vaccine was created. Clinical trials found Pfizer's shot nearly 100% effective, with no impact on puberty or later in life fertility. Like adults, children experience 2 to 3 days of cold-like symptoms post-vaccine. As for whether mass vaccination will eliminate the need for masks altogether,
I mean, I think that's the million-dollar question.
that's less clear.
Again, we know masks work, right?
And you can find the answers to more commonly asked questions about the COVID-19 vaccine and what it means for your kids at the links we've posted on our website, channel3000.com. Reporting in Madison for News 3 Now, I'm Christina Laurie.
Results from 2 other ongoing trials for children under the age of 5 are expected later this year. 7:08 on your Sunday morning. Outside, it is a cold fall start to your Sunday. We have rain and storms in the forecast, though, that are moving in. Julian will have the latest track on those.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Bro, one more time. Where the drip, butter, cut from a different, come to my cover to the left.
Jif peanut butter.
That flow crazy.
It's that jiffing good. Ludacris changed his flow for it.
Hello, I'm Roman Ryan of Ryan Funeral Homes. As a locally owned and operated funeral home, it's important to know that not all funeral homes are the same.
Some other Madison area funeral homes are actually owned by corporations based outside of the United States. A corporately owned funeral home is focused on the bottom line, making services more costly. We have served local families for more than 80 years and our priority is investing in the community and your family.
In your time of need, Ryan Funeral Homes are here for you.
One call, that's all. There is no way I could have done this on my own without Gruber Law Office.
They were phenomenal. They got our life back on track, and I couldn't be any more happier.
I would definitely go to Gruber Law Offices again.
Do what you do well, and that's exactly what Gruber Law Offices do.
I would refer the whole world to this wonderful agency.
They just put their best foot forward. One call, that's all.
Gruber Law Offices. Call the champs. If you want to win, call Gruber.
It's been over a year, and I was tired of hearing about COVID. I wasn't vaccinated, and I didn't always wear a mask when I should. I thought if I ever did get COVID, I'd be fine. I was wrong. Over the summer, COVID put me in the hospital for over a month. I faced the reality I might die, but luckily, I survived. I made the mistake, but you don't have to. The vaccine is safe, effective, and free. Please don't wait. Vaccinate.
Are you looking for a pre-owned vehicle? The team at Bergstrom Automotive has got you covered. Shop 2,000 used vehicles, all with Bergstrom's negotiation-free, upfront pricing, including their exclusive 7-day lowest price protection and 7-day money-back guarantee. Sounds pretty good. Great selection, great value, great rates, and a team that truly cares. Shop and purchase at BergstromAuto.com or any Bergstrom location. Bergstrom Automotive, driven to deliver.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Willersheim Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
Good morning, everyone, and happy Sunday. We have a beautiful morning to start, even though it is a chilly one. 32 degrees right now here in Madison. Clouds are lingering, but we do at least have a bit of sunshine that's making us have a beautiful sunrise this morning. Now, as we take a look at our temperatures as of right now, along southern Wisconsin, we have 36 degrees in Janesville, 38 in Plattsville with 33 degrees in Boscoville. Good morning to all of us here in southern Wisconsin. We are having a chilly start, so you're definitely going to need a coat as you're heading out the door for us. Temperatures will start to increase as we get into the afternoon, but not too much, so it's still going to be on the cooler side. Now, what we're keeping our eye on is this system that has been moving in from the west. It is bringing in storms into areas that are south of us, mainly into Iowa and for the Missouri area in Illinois, where we're starting to see a line of showers and storms starting to pop up throughout our early morning hours. Now, it's not impacting us just yet, but it's something that we'll be keeping an eye on because it looks to linger into southern Wisconsin as we get into the rest of our afternoon and evening time. But as of right now, those showers and storms are keeping themselves to the south, and that's also where we're seeing the severe weather risk. There's no severe weather risk in the upper Midwest for us. However, there's enhanced risk for seeing severe weather into the middle of the nation as of right now, the bullseye between Missouri and the Kansas area. Now, as we take a look, for us, timing out when we could be seeing rain. Well, it's not going to be this morning. It's not going to be into the early afternoon either. It's going to be mainly into the late afternoon, evening hours around dinner time. That's when we're going to start to anticipate to see some of those showers starting to roll in and heavier rainfall as well, continuing throughout the nightly hours. Now, as we continue overnight, we're going to still be seeing some lines of showers and storms to continue. And then as we go in throughout the rest of our morning, as we continue Monday, that's when we're going to start to see it to clear out for us, heading into more breaking up of the cloud cover. But those cooler winds from the north will stick around and keep us into the cooler side. Now, in terms of the precipitation totals, it's mainly going to be in the Janesville, Monroe, and Platteville areas, because once again, this is going to be a southern storm, southern rain, not going to be seeing it much further into the north. It's not even going to be touching northern Wisconsin for us. So as you're heading out the door, you're not going to be needing the umbrella just yet, but you could be using it once we get into the later part of today, and you're going to need a jacket or coats because it is definitely going to be on the colder side. As we take a look for the next few days, scattered showers are going to be in our forecast for the next couple of days, but we are holding on to the fall-like feels. Some of those temperatures during the nighttime are going to be hitting those 30s as well, but for the most part, we are definitely feeling a whole lot more like fall throughout the next few days as well. Not too bad, especially since we are towards the end of October, so temperatures aren't bad for us, and we do need that rain because we are still dealing with the drought, so it's kind of perfect that for the next couple of days, we're going to be seeing a bit more of that rain stick around in our forecast, Chris. I'm excited for it.
All right, and we know you'll be tracking it every step of the way.
Absolutely.
Thanks, Julian.
Yep.
Well, across the state this morning, enrollment in the La Crosse School District is declining. In 20 years about, leaders say it's lost more than 1,500 students. Low enrollment numbers and aging buildings are now leading the district to consider closing some schools. Tyler Job has the story.
The future of some of La Crosse's oldest school buildings is in doubt. But some parents question the district's proposal of closing some of the current structures.
It does cause a lot of difficulty for students to have to change the things they've been doing for years.
Others, though, are looking forward to new beginnings.
When we have declining enrollment, it's just too much money to maintain all the facilities.
The La Crosse School District gathers these thoughts to help them plan the district's future. Leaders sent out a survey to community members on Monday asking if they support the district consolidating some of its current buildings.
If we're going to do big things with our facilities, we know we need the public support.
Superintendent Aaron Engel says there are many options on the table. One option would be to close an elementary school or two. Emerson and Spence are the district's two oldest elementary schools and would cost a combined $7 million to maintain. Another solution is closing all three middle schools and moving middle schoolers into the district's two high schools. And a new high school would be built. Engel says keeping all the schools won't work.
The consolidation and closure is a little sad, but would also save us the necessary money in order to make the finances work as we move forward. At a minimum, we're going to be closing Hogan Administrative Center.
The district loses money every time enrollment drops.
It's really driven by birth rates in our school district, and those have been declining across the state and across the country.
Some people like having neighborhood schools.
They have it organized fairly conveniently for students to come from where they live.
But school leaders say having too many buildings takes away money to invest in educating the students.
Having excess buildings hampers our ability to give kids the best possible education.
That was Tyler Job reporting. The deadline for taking the survey is November 18th. At that point, school leaders will take feedback from the surveys and then present it to the school board. The board will then decide whether taxpayers will need to vote on a referendum. Ahead here on News 3 Now this morning, Sunday, a consumer alert about onions, what to watch out for, and what you should do if you have them. Also ahead, a new report from rideshare company Lyft revealing the number of reported sexual assaults.
Connect with News 3 Now on Facebook Messenger.
Feeling trapped by your expensive cell phone plan? Here's the key. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Keep your phone and number with the same great coverage as the big carriers. Escape to a no-contract $20 a month plan with talk, text, and data. It's easy to connect. With our award-winning customer support team, no sleight of hand is required. Call, go online, or visit Target to get your new SIM card or phone today.
That an apple a day keeps the doctor away. But you still need to see your dentist because getting good dental care is important to your overall health. You know dental bills can take a big bite out of your budget, especially if you're retired or on Medicare. Even a simple cleaning can cost $200. And other procedures like crowns and root canals can cost hundreds, even thousands more. But affordable dental insurance from Physicians Mutual Insurance Company can help. Give us a call or go online for this free information kit with all the details. This isn't just a discount plan. This is real dental insurance that can help pay for over 350 covered procedures like cleanings, fillings, crowns, even dentures. There are no deductibles, no annual maximum, and you can see any dentist you like. So don't wait. Call now or go online for your free information kit from Physicians Mutual.
Physicians Mutual, Physicians Mutual.
You got her?
I got her.
I'm getting us McDonald's.
Enjoy a sausage McMuffin with egg or a sausage burrito and pair it with a $1 any size Coke.
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
The CDC says 25 people in Wisconsin have gotten salmonella from onions. Red, white, and yellow onions imported from Chihuahua, Mexico. They have caused 652 people in the U.S. to get sick so far. The CDC is now recalling the onions from the distributor, telling people to throw them out. I have posted a link from the CDC on my Facebook page if you are looking for more information. Gas is getting even more expensive thanks to another spike in oil prices. Oil hit 7-year highs yesterday, topping $84 a barrel in daily trading and closing at the highest amount since 2014. That is more than double the price a year ago. According to AAA, the national average went up $3.35 a gallon. Here in Madison, the average is right about $2.99 a gallon. Rideshare company Lyft releasing some startling numbers in its first ever safety report. This 16-page report shows it received about 4,100 reports of sexual assault from 2017 through 2019. 360 of those reports were rape. 10 reported deaths were from physical assaults. After a CNN investigation 3 years ago, Lyft and Uber pledged to disclose sexual assault and abuse on their platform. In recent years, Lyft has rolled out ways to contact 911 through the app and a feature that checks in with drivers or riders if it senses something irregular. Competitor Uber will be publishing their second transparency report this year. Snapchat says Apple's new privacy rules are hurting its bottom line. Shares of Snap Inc. fell sharply after it released its latest quarterly results on Thursday. Snap said Apple disrupted the online ad industry by requiring apps to get users' permission to have their data collected and tracked. Officials in Nevada have approved plans for Elon Musk's infrastructure firm, the Boring Company, to create an underground transportation network in Las Vegas. The Vegas Loop, as the project is called, will run underneath the Las Vegas Strip. Officials say the system will also serve UNLV and Allegiant Stadium. One leg of the tunnel is already built. The company expects it to open up early next year. A half-hour news still ahead here on News 3 Now this morning. Coming up next, we are running through the morning's top stories. And at the end of the show, we'll take a look at a special honor for a special Packers legend in Green Bay. We'll be right back.
You protected our rights, preserved our freedom. You may have even risked your life for us. Now, it's our turn to fight for you. Your local Wisconsin emergency, energy, and housing assistance providers and the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund reward the service of our veterans with rental and energy support in their time of crisis. Apply today to get the fresh start you've earned.
Everyone remembers the moment they heard, "You have cancer," how their world stopped, and when they found a way to face it. For some, this is where their Keytruda story begins. Keytruda, a breakthrough immunotherapy that may treat certain cancers. One of those cancers is advanced melanoma, which is a kind of skin cancer where Keytruda may be used when your melanoma has spread or cannot be removed by surgery.
Keytruda helps your immune system fight cancer, but can also cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body. This can happen during or after treatment and may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, severe nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion or memory problems, muscle pain or weakness, fever, rash, itching, or flushing. These are not all the possible side effects. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, had or plan to have a stem cell transplant, or have had radiation to your chest area or a nervous system condition.
Today, Keytruda is FDA approved to treat 16 types of advanced cancer and is being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways to treat even more types of cancer. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. See the different types of cancer Keytruda is approved to treat at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda can be part of your story.
Govan Cars is selling new body style 2018 Chevy Equinoxes starting only $14,995 or $235 per month.
That's right. Govan Cars is having a huge sale on 2018 Chevy Equinoxes, very well equipped, starting at $14,995 or $235 per month.
So hurry today and just ask for my daughter, Crystal the Pistol Govan.
Or my dad, Don the Dealman Govan.
Go to Govan Cars East or West with over 500 vehicles to choose from.
You gotta go to Govan, GovanCars.com.
For many families, a holiday meal is simply beyond their budget. To have a Thanksgiving meal to share with their loved ones, they need your help.
You can join UW Athletics and Goodman Community Center in providing Thanksgiving meals for 4,000 families in Dane County.
Please consider a food or monetary gift so no one goes without a holiday dinner.
We're grateful for any gift you can provide.
Donate at goodmancenter.org. Thank you.
Right now, the search for a suspect in the stabbing of a Dane County deputy called off. Thanks for joining us, everyone. You're watching News 3 Now this morning, Sunday. I'm Chris Stanford. Thanks for joining us. An update this morning on the stabbing of a Dane County Sheriff's deputy. We now know that the Dane County Sheriff's Office is no longer looking for a suspect. We don't know if anyone is in custody. This all comes from the state DOJ, which is now heading the investigation into Thursday night's stabbing at Fesky County Park. Deputies were investigating a report of a suspicious person when a responding deputy was stabbed. The last update we have said that the deputy was in the hospital. Investigators say that deputy fired their weapon and the attacker ran away. We are working to get more information about why the search in Dane County was called off. Katon Richardson is out on bond this morning thanks to the help of local community groups. The DOJ says while Richardson was being arrested on State Street, a Madison police officer inadvertently shot another officer. Still, police allege that Richardson's gun did go off during the arrest. Our Naomi Coles investigates why Richardson was being arrested in the first place.
Free K-Twan and defund the police.
For 19-year-old K-Twan Richardson, a life-altering night on a crowded State Street.
It was busier than one of our normal nights.
Where he was in a crowded space at night with a loaded firearm that he pointed at officers as he tried to flee from an officer trying to make contact with him. This is his 9th open case at this point in time.
If you go back to the beginning, court documents say this arrest started because a sergeant saw Richardson on surveillance cameras. He sent officers because Richardson was out when his bail conditions said he shouldn't be.
In some states, bail jumping is only a crime if you don't appear in court for a hearing, since the point of bond is supposed to be to make sure you answer to criminal charges against you. But in our state, bail jumping can be used much more broadly.
Bail jumping lands people back in jail a lot. A Wisconsin Law Review analysis found it was the most charged crime in the state in 2016.
Interestingly, not only is bail jumping the most charged crime in the state of Wisconsin, it's the most dismissed crime in the state of Wisconsin. And the fact that it has that dual status tells us a lot about the ways in which it is used here.
Those conditions, UW law professor Cecilia Klingel says, are usually for non-criminal things, like for K-Twan being home by 10 o'clock. And if you're facing felony charges, doing those things becomes a new felony.
It's a pretty powerful tool in the prosecutor's toolkit, and often we will see multiple counts of bail jumping charged along with new criminal conduct that's charged.
That was Naomi Coles reporting. The officer shot that night is out of the hospital and expected to make a full recovery. Confusion about who shot the officer, though, followed a vague initial press release. Groups including Freedom Inc. raised money to pay Richardson's bond. This morning on For the Record, there will be a full conversation about bail jumping and the impact on Wisconsin's criminal justice system. At least one person is in the hospital after a car crash on Highway 14. It happened early yesterday in Mazomanie. Officers say that 2 cars were involved and multiple people were hurt. The road was closed at Highway 78 for about an hour and a half. Tomorrow, a Dane County judge will hear arguments after the Attorney General asked the court to intervene in the GOP-led review of the 2020 election. At a drug take-back event yesterday in Madison, we asked the AG why he believes the investigation is unlawful.
One is they're too broad. They don't provide with enough clarity what topics he wants to ask questions about. He also seems to be conducting what he views as a law enforcement type investigation. The speaker compared it to a murder investigation, and that's an executive branch function, not a legislative branch function.
Special counsel Michael Gableman hasn't responded to the AG's request. Monday's hearing will only involve subpoenas issued to the State Elections Commission, but it could also impact mayoral and local elections across the state. 7:30. Julian C. right here with Madison Certified Most Accurate Forecast. Rain and storms on the way, Julian.
That's right, and we're already starting to see some just south of Wisconsin, as we can take a look at a surface map. This is all be coming from this system that has really been bringing in some strong storms to Illinois and to Iowa as well. As we can see, it's just south of our border as of right now, where we're starting to see those storms in that squall line, which is continuing to push its well east. However, for us, as we take a look, we're going to be seeing dry conditions for now, but that is for now. As we can see, that squall line once again is continuing to push, but it is starting to leak itself just a bit north. So we're going to be timing it out throughout the rest of the day and when we're going to be starting to expect that. However, for right now, we are seeing in the center of the nation, there's an enhanced, slight, and a marginal risk for seeing severe weather. So that's where we're going to be seeing the most action throughout the day. Is going to be in parts of Illinois, parts of Iowa, and even into Missouri and Kansas. But for us, we're going to be looking at a quiet conditions for us until we get into the later part of this evening. Then we're going to start to see some showers and storms starting to pop up for us, and they're going to continue to push their way. But this is mostly going to be in the southern side of the area, as we're going to be looking for mostly Janesville, Monroe, and Platteville are going to be the areas where we're going to be looking at the most of the precipitation that's going to be dropping in for us. But we're going to continue to track this throughout the rest of this morning, but we'll have more coming up in a few. Let's toss it over to you, Chris.
Thank you, Julian. The Badgers coming off a nice win yesterday against 25th-ranked Purdue in West Lafayette. It came a week after the Boilermakers pulled off a stunning upset over number 2-seeded Iowa. This game, though, yesterday, all about the run game for the Badgers. Quarterback Graham Mertz only attempted 8 passes on the day, but who needs that when you have this? Here's a nice run here. 17-year-old Fond du Lac native Braylon Allen here, taking it 70 yards for the score. Into Purdue territory. And defense having a good day yesterday as well. Right here is one of Wisconsin's 3 interceptions on the day. Badgers go on to win this one. 30-13 is your final. It's a win for Paul Christ, the first over a ranked team for him since 2019. Sports reporter Jordan Reed is in West Lafayette with more.
Wisconsin's offense shined against Purdue. Braylon Allen and Ches Malusi combined for 289 yards and 3 touchdowns. But most of those opportunities were made possible because of the Badgers' defense. 5 forced turnovers in the upset.
We shot ourselves in the foot a couple times in the offensive end, and the defense bailed us out. That's been one of our biggest things, just valuing the football. And offensively, you don't want to turn the ball over. You don't want to put the ball on the ground at all. But they did a great job of bailing us out a couple of times and forcing those turnovers. So it was cool. It was really good. It was really nice to have that.
Once one happens, I mean, everybody believes, and it's been awesome. Everybody was flying around to the ball today, and again, just so proud of our defense and our whole team.
We want to get better every week, individually, and I think Jack and I, we're just trusting the process and continue to get better and find more opportunities for turnovers and sacks.
I'm proud of everyone how they attacked this week, and and then we came out here and executed it. And when you're a part of that, and you guys. Everyone understands what they're doing, even if it's new schemes, everything like that. When you come out here and you're confident and you're well prepared, then things like this happen.
I think recognizing too, the defense that we have. How can we, offensive line-wise, offensively complement a good defense, and that's getting that thing going.
The Badgers continue to control their fate in the Big Ten West and say this win is a huge confidence boost heading into next week against Iowa. Reporting from West Lafayette, Jordan Reed, News 3 Sports.
Now to the wildest game of Saturday, Happy Valley, Penn State, Illinois. 9th overtime. That's the most ever in an FBS game. Penn State can't convert, so Illinois gets a chance to win it, and they do. How about that? A former Wisconsin head coach, Brett Bielema, getting his first Big Ten road win with the Fighting Illini. 20-18, the final. Heartbreaker for Penn State fans. Now to the NFL, the Packers head into Week 7 with an impressive 5-1 record. We've become pretty used to these starts in the Aaron Rodgers and Matt LaFleur era. The front office has been making some pretty good moves, bringing in veteran guys that have fit in and filled in nicely so far this year. Rodgers says it's starting to feel like one where the Packers could be the last team standing.
This season is beginning to remind me a little bit of a season over a decade ago where we've had a number of injuries and in the course of the season added certain pieces to the mix that ended up playing a big role down the line. I think you guys can imagine what season I'm talking about, which is a good thing.
We certainly can. All right, the Packers take on the Washington football team today at noon on Fox. The Bucs coming off a 42-point loss to the Milwaukee Heat and bouncing back. They picked up the win last night over San Antonio. It was 121-111, your final. The Bucs are now 2-1. They will return to the court tomorrow in Indiana. The Atlanta Braves are the National League champions. They beat the LA Dodgers last night in Game 6 to secure a spot in the World Series. The team will now go on to face the Houston Astros. This is the Atlanta Braves' first World Series appearance since 1999. It's also the first World Series since Hank Aaron passed away in January. The World Series will begin on Tuesday night on Fox. As our home heaters are starting a long season, why some folks are getting theirs tested for free. And then later, see a Packers legend honored in Green Bay.
Are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save. Fresh for everyone.
I just saw your national TV ad with Joe in it. Can you tell me more about the money you say I can have put back into my Social Security? It's not available in my area? Did you just say that I need to read the fine print? Is this legitimate? Is this legal?
National call centers, they're just not the way to go when you can meet with a trusted and knowledgeable Medicare insurance agent from Informed Choice Insurance Agency. Because nobody knows your local hospitals, doctors, and pharmacies like your local Informed Choice Insurance agent.
You've heard the saying, if it looks like bacon and it tastes like sausage, it's probably Johnsonville sausage strips. Oh, you never heard that? Well, sausage strips are pretty new. They're strips of sausage in amazing flavors like maple and chorizo. You can find this meaty miracle by the bacon, even though it's sausage.
Whoa. Do you suffer with pain, numbness, and tingling in the hands or feet? Commonly diagnosed as peripheral neuropathy? Are you taking drugs such as Lyrica or gabapentin that have serious side effects and often do not relieve your symptoms? Your doctor has told you you may just have to live with the pain. Peripheral neuropathy is a result of damage to the nerves, often causing burning, weakness, pain, numbness, tingling, and the most debilitating balance problems. Our facility uses multiple therapeutic methods to help give you relief from neuropathy symptoms with no injections and no drugs. You may start seeing relief after only a few sessions. To determine if your neuropathy symptoms can be relieved, we will do a consultation to evaluate the extent of your condition. Call us today to schedule your neuropathy consultation to find out if you're a candidate for our therapy. Call today.
Is your credit score getting in the way of things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit help you borrow up to $10,000. So check your eligibility on netcredit.com today without affecting your credit score. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Good morning, everyone, and we are still waking up with plenty of cloud cover in our skies as of right now. As we take a look at what we're going to be seeing for our current conditions, it's 32 degrees right now here in Madison with dew points at 30 degrees, and it is for sure cloudy for us. It's going to be setting up the stage for some rainfall as we get into our afternoon, but right now, dealing with those temperatures, which are areas in the freezing range and areas that are a bit above freezing. Some areas are into those 40s, but for right now, we're looking at the dry conditions that are sticking around for us. But into the south, we are starting to begin to see some showers and storms. But for the next few hours, we're going to be looking at temperatures start to increase slowly but surely, especially as we head into the later part of this afternoon. But we're going to be looking for today to be cloudy, and we will see some rain rolling into our forecast as we get into the later part of today, Chris.
All right, thank you, Julian. We are entering a busy season for heating technicians as people begin to feel the chill in the air. But as Anna Hansen explains, for dozens of local veterans, the cold won't be a problem this year.
What I do every day, I really enjoy.
On a chilly fall day, the technicians at General Heating and Air Conditioning are gearing up for a busy season of furnace checks. But today's checks aren't by the book. Today, Scott Son and over 30 other technicians are sacrificing their time to honor the sacrifices of others, conducting furnace checks for veterans free of charge. It's part of the annual Heats On event, run by a local group of steam fitters.
Why not go and help these guys out when they need it?
This year marks 33 years since the event started with free heating system checks for 40 veterans. And while they're getting free maintenance, Zahn says it's the technicians being truly rewarded.
These people, they put their lives on the line for us.
For Zahn, the free service is the least that can be done to help honor those that have done so much.
This stuff is always there for them, so why shouldn't we be there for them?
Harold Miller can attest to the memories. A Vietnam veteran, Miller's recollection of his time stationed in Long Bend hasn't been affected by the years. He remembers everything right down to the second.
I always tell people that if you remember the TV program MASH and remember radar, well, I kind of was operating like radar. A lot of times I would have to run out to the junkyard and cannibalize a part off of a Jeep or whatever.
In pictures, he smiles with the friends he'd made in training, friends he hasn't seen for 68 years. Miller has been benefiting from the Heats On program for 3 years, and he says he's grateful for the gift of heat.
It's been very helpful program.
A gift that keeps Miller and his memories nice and warm. In Cross Plains, Anna Hansen, News 3 Now.
General Heating and Air Conditioning replaced 3 furnaces just yesterday, the oldest being 44 years old and still running. 7:42 here on your Sunday morning as we take a look outside. The sun is coming up on, oh, actually, it's rather cloudy. We saw the sun for a moment, I swear. Now those clouds are rolling in and we have some showers and storms on the way. Julian Seawright will have the latest track on those when we come back. And if you have a little kid turning 3 soon, let us know so we can show their picture on TV. We'll be right back.
Look Who's 3 is sponsored by Three Bears Resort, Indoor Water Park and Conference Center in Warrens, Wisconsin.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
If your credit card debt is out of control, if you're in over your head in monthly payments, there's a secret the credit card companies don't want you to know. If you have more than $10,000 in credit card debt, you have the right to let us settle that debt for a fraction of what you owe. That's bad news for the credit card companies, but it's great news for you. We're Credit Associates, and we're offering you free information on how to completely resolve your credit card debt with a monthly payment you can afford. To see how much you could save, call now. 1-800-914-7929. Don't declare bankruptcy. Don't consolidate. Give us 10 minutes and we could save you thousands. After all, we depend on your success and offer a guarantee so there's no risk to call. Credit Associates. Live better, debt-free. We'll even show you how to use your stimulus money to jumpstart our services and get you debt-free faster than you ever thought possible. Call Credit Associates now to see how much you could save for free. Call 1-800-914-7929.
Quinol turmeric supports healthy joints and inflammation response. Unlike regular turmeric, Quinol's superior absorption helps you get the full benefits of turmeric. Quinol, the better turmeric.
When I heard about the science behind the new Sensodyne Repair and Protect with Deep Repair, I was super excited about it. It shows that the toothpaste goes deep inside the exposed dentin to help repair sensitive teeth. Life is just too short to miss out on simple things like drinking that cold cup of water or having a sip of hot coffee. I have the science to prove it. I can see that it works, and I feel confident recommending it to my patients. I'm really excited to recommend new Sensodyne Repair and Protect with Deep Repair.
Ritz Cheese Crispers, where the crispiness of Ritz meets the bold taste of cheese.
I need a bite.
Try cheesy, crispy. Ritz Cheese Crispers. Only from Ritz.
News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
Good morning, everybody, and happy Sunday. As we're getting things rolling for us, as Mr. Stanford himself said, we did see some sunshine early in our forecast. However, it is still mostly cloudy skies for us as we are waking up this morning. 32 degrees, so you're definitely going to need a light jacket as you're heading out the door. Dew points are at 30, so we are looking at a bit of moisture into our air. But as we take a look at southern Wisconsin, as of right now, those lower 30s and middle 30s are really dominating our forecast for this morning. However, the warmer air is just a couple degrees warmer over towards Platteville, Monroe, and Janesville with those middle to upper 30s. That's because we're looking at a bit of that warmer air coming in from these storms that are just south of us here in Wisconsin. As we can see, those storms are coming in from this system that has been bringing in snow and rain to much areas into the west, and now it's continuing to sweep its way across the United States. We're even looking at some storms that are looking to even be strong and potentially severe for friends into the southern areas from Missouri to Illinois and Iowa throughout the course of this day. However, for us, we're not looking for severe storms or even really strong storms, but rain is definitely in our forecast as we get into the afternoon and evening hours. As of right now, this is where that squall line is moving as we're continuing throughout the rest of this morning. It's pushing itself across from Iowa into Illinois and going even into the Ohio area. And that's where we're looking at really the severe risk of seeing some storms. It's mostly going to be on our friends into the south. So that bullseye is where we're looking at an enhanced risk of seeing those severe storms, but with those storms, we're going to be looking at it to be bringing rain into us in the upper Midwest. As we continue throughout the morning, we're not going to have to worry about rain through the morning hours. When we're going to have to worry about rain is when we get into the afternoon and evening, with those temperatures not really going to be increasing enough, but just enough to where we're going to be seeing rainfall for us. We're going to be looking in throughout the rest of this evening and going into the overnight hours of that rain, really starting to impact much of the southern areas of Wisconsin. And that's where the concentration of the rain is going to be. It's not going to be pushing north, probably won't even hit areas like the Dells as we get in throughout the rest of this event. Instead, it's going to be mostly into the central region, so from Madison and southbound. And that's why we're also going to be seeing that's where most of the rain is going to be, between Platteville, Monroe, and Fort Janesville. So as we're heading out the door, you don't need it for this morning, but you're going to probably need it as we go out for dinner for tonight. As we're looking for an umbrella, not going to be really needing much of those sunglasses. You can pretty much ditch them as you head into the afternoon. And for the jacket, yes, you're going to need that. It's going to be a cold one for us, and then cool as we head into the rest of the afternoon. As you can see, those temperatures are going to be into those upper 40s as we approach the afternoon hours, and rainfall is definitely in our forecast as well as we go in throughout the rest. Now, as we take a look, low temperature trend, we are going to be seeing those lows start to trend back into close to that freezing point as we head into our Monday. Before tonight, we're not going to be seeing those overnight lows really hit much, but thank you because of that rain and also because of that cloud cover that's going to be sticking around. So we're going to be holding on to a bit more heat as we go in throughout the nighttime, and the heat I'm using as a loose term because it's still going to be on the chilly side. And for the next few days, we're going to be holding on to more of that fall-like feel with those 50s for us, and we're going to be having a bit more showers in our forecast that we're going to be tracking, Chris.
All right, thank you, Julian. Well, here's a fun event for a good cause. Last night, nonprofit Ebony Eyes Foundation hosted an adult prom. The woman who organized it is raising money for pancreatic cancer research.
Everyone has a run walk. My idea was to have different events that would bring people out to have fun, to raise awareness where it wasn't always a somber occasion. They can have fun, remember their loved ones, honor them, and, you know, just have a great time.
In addition to prom, the Ebony Eyes Foundation is also planning volleyball, bowling, and shuffleboard tournaments. If you're interested in learning more, go to ebonyeyesfoundation.com. The annual Wisconsin Book Festival finding ways to bring book lovers together this weekend. The 4-day festival hosted a majority of its in-person events Saturday at Madison's downtown Central Library. Everything was forced to go virtual last year because of the pandemic. The festival wraps up today with a virtual event hosted by popular science writer Mary Roach. You can learn how to register at wisconsinbookfestival.org. The state is helping 2 businessmen in Iowa County make sure that a space known to many in the area lives on. Tahil Mohaldin shows them how the community open house helped everyone out and shares how they're mixing the old with the new.
It looks like your typical elementary school.
Check it out. This used to be the old boys' bathroom. Oh. Here's the demo work.
But if you open any one of 11 doors, instead of a classroom, you'll find a 1-bedroom apartment.
Come on in.
Is this yours?
This is mine, yes.
Really? Tina Amble was one of the first tenants to move in.
This was Mrs. O'Donnell's room. Second grade. All 3 of my kids went to school here.
Outside her door, a ceiling tile painted by her daughter decades ago at school.
It actually feels very comforting. I love the nostalgic hallway.
The project is the brainchild of Sean Crook and his business partner, Rick Kurska.
They're incredible individuals. They took on a tremendous risk, financial risk, to do this. I think they've turned it into a beautiful facility.
An undertaking made easier by a Wisconsin Economic Development Grant.
That helped us offset a bunch of the costs on this building. We're looking at a $1 to $1.1 million upgrade to get this building up to code.
And it's not just affordable housing the remodel brings.
These people are the ones that keep the history of Arena alive.
It's also the new home, free of charge, of the Arena historians and Arena Food Pantry.
This could be an efficiency apartment. They could have turned this purely into cash, and that was never their intention.
And as for the old school gym, that's now the home of a new business.
They came to us with a need, and we were able to fill it.
All this to preserve a community fixture beloved by generations.
This was everybody's building.
In Arena, Tahlil Muhaddin, News 3 Now.
Arena Elementary was originally built in 1968 and closed in 2018. School-aged kids living in Arena are now bused to schools in Spring Green and Plain. Well, get ready for some extra numbers when you dial on your telephone. Starting today, if you're in Wisconsin, you'll have to use all 10 digits to dial a local number. That's the area code and 7-digit phone number. The change will affect landlines and cell phones in all 6 of the state's area codes. We'll make News 3 part of your weekly routine by downloading the Channel 3000 app for the latest headlines and weather conditions 24/7. Before we go, an uplifting story perfect for a fall Sunday. Stay with us.
The holidays are doubly important this year, so make your celebrations doubly special with our award-winning cave-aged Maurice cheese. Pick and save. Hey, you're right, we can't stop now. Let's take the special up a level with fresh, never frozen prime beef. Still not special enough? Add some surf to that turf with our sustainably caught seafood. Turn your taste buds up to 11 and have a doubly special holiday with Pick and Save, fresh for everyone.
When I was diagnosed with Dupuytren's contracture, I waited to get treated. Thought surgery was my only option. But then I found out about non-surgical treatments. It was a total game changer. Learn more about the condition at factsonhand.com.
I have worked at Huffcore for the last 36 years.
Huffcore, closing the plant, moving production to Mexico.
I gave my life and my body to that place. Ron Johnson pushed through a tax law that rewards outsourcing. Companies can bring profits back from Mexico tax-free. And worse, Ron Johnson profited personally from outsourcing. He has doubled his wealth since taking office. Tell Ron Johnson to stop putting his profits above our jobs.
Is your credit score getting in the way of the things you want to do? Personal loans through NetCredit offer fast and flexible lending. Borrow up to $10,000 and choose repayment terms that work for you. You may even be able to build your credit history as you repay. NetCredit, a more personal loan.
Celebrating 40 years of winners and readers. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th from 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. at the Edgewater. Sample food and drinks, enjoy music, and meet some of this year's winners. It's Madison Magazine's Best of Madison Taste Party. Monday, November 15th at the Edgewater. Tickets are online now. Presenting sponsor, Woolersheim Winery and Distillery. And supporting sponsors, the Keep Wisconsin Warm Cool Fund and Beef Butter Barbecue.
It's time to find your next Chevy truck and forge ahead. Take on new challenges and take it to the next level. It's the perfect time to do more in your next Chevy. Find new possibilities, find new roads. Eligible customers get great offers from GM Financial Plus. No monthly payments for 120 days on all 2021 Silverado 1500 Crew Cab pickups and get $1,500 cash allowance. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Hi folks, Monday morning, a good pair of headphones can help you stay motivated during your workout. We're sharing Consumer Reports' top picks for sound and reliability.
And we are getting you out the door with the latest Surf Warn forecast. It's Monday morning from 4:30 to 7.
A student with special needs, not getting the one-on-one help she was promised in the classroom. Call for Action investigates whether a staffing shortage might be to blame and what one local college is doing to solve this statewide problem. Monday on News 3 Now at 6.
Bay's new Bart Starr Memorial Bridge, something Governor Tony Evers made official in July. Paul Stino was at the dedication ceremony and tells us who showed up and why the city remembers Bart so fondly.
It's been a busy few days for Cherry Starr.
It just warms my heart every time I come back to Green Bay to how blessed we were to spend our career here.
Friday, a visit to Rawhide Youth Services, a charity her and her husband Bart Starr love. Saturday, a dedication ceremony for the Bart Starr Memorial Bridge in Green Bay.
Oh, beautiful.
Cherry's friends and family, former Packer players, and politicians, including Governor Tony Evers, all in attendance.
Growing up in Plymouth, I had one picture on my wall of my bedroom all the time I was living in Plymouth. Now it's Bart Starr.
To honor Bart, not just for what he did on the field, but for his contributions off it as well. The ceremony taking place on Cherry Street in downtown Green Bay.
So for this weekend, we got the Cherry.
He would be so proud, and I know he's looking down and smiling at all of us today.
Also in attendance were Packers fans. Some area restaurants also honoring Bart. Hagemeister Park serving a special Bart burger.
So we really like to honor anything Packer related and kind of be a part of the community that way.
Walnut Street Bridge, now forever known as Bart Starr Memorial Bridge.
The bridge, it's permanent. It's the connector of people. And it provides humble service. And those are three things that Bart and Cherry have spent their life doing.
Dedicated to one of the best. That was Paul Stino reporting. That'll do it for us. I'm Chris Stanford. Have a great Sunday. Join us tomorrow.